welcome to Happy Painting. Nice to see you back again. We've got another special project today, and this is Squirt, my buddy. He keeps coming back. If he's good, he gets to stay. This is a 12 by 24 canvas. I got a little background color on it. We're going to do mountains today. Mountains, mountains, mountains. We're going to do nothing but mountains. We're going to do them till we get them right. Now, mountains are fun, really. A little bit of practice, maybe, but I know you can do it. I had my filbert brush. I made a little lavender, blue, alizarin, speck of red. And let me just pick out the top edge of my mountain. And then I have a tendency of making them up, you know. But I dance around. I dance around till I get it where I want it to be. This is my top edge. Could go this way, could go that way. Down here a little bit. Maybe give it another top edge right there. So you want to have an interesting top edge. Let me put in a top edge. Yeah. And as I go, I may be dragging the paint down from the edge a little bit. That's handy because I won't have to do it later. I'll give myself a little peek right there maybe. And drag my paint down from the edge a little bit as I go. And we do a lot of mountains in the studio. It's one of the favorite paintings in the studio. And they are fun, and I know you can do them. But we very often have a lot of frustration. Squirt, are you going to be good today? Being good means not chewing on the canvas. Oh, well, that's so much for being good. Maybe over here, maybe there's another little edge right there, and then we'll just kind of head over towards your bird. Look out, bird, look out. Oh my goodness. Squirt, you want a toy? I have a toy for Squirt. I figured Squirt out. Here. If he has something of his own, well, you have to take it. Well, that's not the end I was thinking of. I was thinking you'd want this end. Okay. That should keep him busy for a minute and a half. Let's get this little edge done and over to there. Okay, well, that's interesting enough, I guess. Now let me get a little more paint down from the edge, from the edge, from the edge, from the edge, right? Especially on the shadow side. A little more, a little more, a little more. I'm not putting any more paint on. I've just moved around the paint I had. That's all I did. Now, I'll take my 1 inch. My top edge is done. It's a nice sharp edge. I'm going to stay away from it because I don't want to do it again. See, I told you it would last a half a minute. I'm going to grab some of that mountain color and move it down. All the right side of the mountain, we can move to the right. Excuse me, Squirt. And all the left side, we can move to the left. To the left, to the left, to the left. And see, part of that sky color under there is peeping through. See that pretty pink peeping through? That's part of my plan. Oh, I like that. Of course, if you put too much mountain color on there, it'll all fill in and you won't see the sky showing through. So I try to be good about that. So let's get all the right to the right. Excuse me, Squirt. Over in your territorial lot. Oh, already you want a cookie. It's a new game. Begging for cookies. As a matter of fact, I have a cookie. I'm prepared. I'm prepared for the begging game. Squirt's very favorite cookie. Ginger snap. Okay? I bet you that lasts longer than the brush did. Now that I've got it pulled out, swept out, and the mountain starts to take shape all by itself, and then I capitalize on what's happening. Like maybe there's a ridge right here. I'm just going to add a little more dark, and maybe the ridge comes over to here. See, I see it already. And the ridge, it comes all the way down to there. It looks like that's what it's doing. And this guy here is definitely in the shadow right there because that's what it is. It's in the shadow. Maybe it comes over there. Let's see, anything else interesting happening? This peak could have a shadow, and it could be making a ridge too. Maybe that way. Okay. So let's pull these things out and see what happens. Now the mountain's not a done thing now, so it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm not looking for perfect. I'm just looking to get a few decisions made. Like there's the ridge. Okay, that's a decision. And it does come like down to there, I guess. Down to there. Okay. And then it's dark over here. You know, the dark side of that mountain, that could even be darker. This is the dark side. My dark side is on the left. And the reason my dark side's on the left is because I'm right-handed and it's easy that way. So I always go with the flow, right? So it's a little darker back there because that's the dark side. Okay, well that's a pretty good start. That's a pretty good start. Well, I don't know. I'll pick that up a little. Okay. All right, we got a couple of ridges happening. That's a good thing. Now I want to add the highlight on the mountain. And the highlight on the mountain we just think of as adding snow. I would flatten my paint out on my palette. And I've got titanium white here, all flattened out. I've also got a cookie crumb. Gee, Squirt, you do spread around, don't you? This is titanium white with a little speck of yellow ochre in it. Just a speck of yellow. And sometimes that's nice to pick up the color of the sky. Put a little of that in there. Let's put a little bit more of that in there. I load the knife with a nice little ribbon of neat paint. I come to the right side of my mountain, lay my knife on. I'm going to wobble a little, hiccup a little, and head to the right. You might want to put just a little more on this one. I'll just load my knife again, come in, wobble a little, hiccup a little, and head to the right. Well, I guess I better spread that around. Huh, Squirt? Okay. This is what I don't want you to do. I love it when you just put it there and leave it. Of course, but I can't control myself. I have to play. Maybe we could put just a little more on this. You see, when I come up to a peak, the first thing you see is the highlight. So I almost come up a little higher than the mountain, so you don't see mountain first and then highlight. Highlight first. Now that's the little pink tone. That's the little yellow tone. Now I have some pink here. That's where I'm going. I'm going to pink now. I just wanted to show you how this looks. So if you have color in your sky, you could also pick it up and put it on your mountain. See, pink's kind of pretty. So this is our little mountain workshop. Little practice. You can do this. Let's bring that all the way down to there. Well, I'll bring one more pink one in, and then I'm going to switch to white so you can see how that looks. Here's another pink one. I do a few hiccups, but I head to the right. That's where I'm going, to the right. I wipe my knife off every time I reload it. So I'm coming up with a clean load on a clean knife. This is white. I just came into white. I have to follow the ridge a little. Let's see, maybe put some there too, but let's follow the ridge. Let's get some down to there, maybe pull it over. So far so good. I got a little something happening here. I might put just a little bit of snow right there. A little bit. That's probably all that's going to happen there. So I've got my highlight on the right side, my shadows on the left side. I'm going to tap that out a little bit. What I'm going to do is diffuse the bottom of the mountain. Tap, tap, tap. I'm going to tap with the angle. Look out for your bird. Because you give your bird a cookie, you're all set. Your bird will leave you alone for a while. I'm going to tap up and tap down. Tap up and down. The way the angle of the mountain goes. Angles everything in a mountain. Angle, angle, angle. Angle, angle, angle. I'll bring this way. Oh, there goes the cookie. Cookie all gone. Okay, up the angle. Almost to the top, but not quite there. Up and down. Up the angle. Oh, do a little bit of something in there. I'm diffusing. By gently tapping, I'm diffusing the mountain. Might want to go into there. Let's play that little game. Let's just ease that up a little bit. After I diffuse that, I would wipe my brush off, give it a little upsweep. Ooh, little upsweep. Now the bottom of the mountain's out of focus. The top is still in focus and the bottom's out of focus. Oh, looking good. Let's cause a little more damage. Let's have fun. Let's put a mountain in front of the mountain. And where would we put that? What do you think, Squirt? Maybe right here? And then give it a couple little peaks. And head that way. And head that way. And pull the paint down from the edge as you go. Here's the edge. And it could go this way. Pull the paint down from the edge as you go. Won't have to come back and do it later. I am headed over there. Is that okay with you? I'm headed over there. Well, you dropped your cookie, Squirt, and there's nothing I can do about that now. That cookie is dropped. You okay? Capiche? The cookie is gone. Oh, maybe Water only knows where it goes from here. Okay. We'll find out when we get there. Pull the paint down a little bit. Need a little paint to work with. Oh, maybe I will bring a little over there. That's enough of that. So we're going to do the same step again. Top edge is a nice clean line. Under that nice clean line, I'm going to drag the right side of the mountain to the right. To the right, to the right, to the right, to the right, to the right. Look out for your bird. And the left side is to the left, to the left, to the left, to the left, to the left. Oh, we can make a little... This could go into nothing land over here. Nothing land. Okay. So, the right's to the right and the left's to the left. Now, suppose I want to give it a little character, and then I'm going to go back and put in a little more color. It could have a ridge right there. With just a little more color, I'm going to come in and drag it out. There's my ridge. To the left, to the left, to the left, to the left. Angle is everywhere. Well, it's a little boring ridge, but I don't want to complain. Okay. Which is the best thing about your own picture, so you don't complain about your own painting. Sometimes we're painting flowers, and in the studio we're saying, you know, what kind of flower are we painting? And I say, wait till you go home. And when you go home, whatever flower that ends up looking like, that's what you tell your family it is. Isn't that convenient? I'm going to put a little white on there. Load the knife, head for the right edge, do a couple of hiccups, and head towards your bird. There you go. Come for the right edge, do a couple of hiccups, and head towards the bird. That'll do it. Don't do this. No fiddling. Fiddling's bad. Fiddling always makes bad things happen. Start on the right. Do a couple of hiccups. Angle to the right. Now I think I'll put just a little more on there. Let me put a little more on there. Okay. Bring that over there. And there's another little tiny peak, you know, you can always sneak in there and do something with the little guy. But the little guy is just a little guy. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing again. I just wipe my brush on paper towel. I use lots of paper towel. I'm going to tap up and tap down. Tap up. Up with the angle, down with the angle, gentle, gentle, up with the angle, down with the angle. Up with the angle. Oh, almost looks like little foothills just happening all by themselves. Ooh, don't go up too high. Ooh, do. This angle is a down. That's a down. We can pull that down a little. Oh, I don't know what this is going to do. Just tap it out a little. Tell it to be good. Okay. Looking good. Okay, stop that. Then there's the little upsweep. Upsweep, upsweep, upsweep. Looking good. Now, every time you do a mountain, you got to think about foothills. There's always foothills. My foothills, I'm going to use my same mountain color. In fact, I don't want them to be too dark, so I might just put a little white in there. Use my 1-inch brush. Load it and think foothills. Let's see, if I was thinking foothills, they would probably be going up the mountain and down the mountain. Angle, I'm still working angle. Might be going up here. When they get down here, they do level out a little. And maybe there might be a little more right there. Foothills. Cute little trick with foothills is to take a fan brush and just pull ever so tiny little spikes. Pull some tiny little spikes on the top of that paint. It's going to look like, maybe, it's going to look like faraway trees. We don't know. And a little tapping out. I'm always good for a little tapping out. Now see, I use very light paint. You can hardly see it's there. That's good. I like that. No seeing foothills. No seeing foothills. Just can hardly tell they're there. This is a good thing. Okay, we got past those. You know, now we could get just a little bit darker and put in some pretty well seeing foothills. Well, actually, there could be like a big hill over here. Whoa, that really got dark. I don't know if I want to be that dark yet. I don't know. I guess I could be. There might be a hill over here. I'm loading the brush. Tap, tap, tap. I come in, give myself a hill. Let's go up and down a little bit. I don't want to be too boring. Okay. And maybe up to here, and let's go right off the canvas. Is that okay with you, Squirt? Right off the canvas? Tap, tap, tap. Tap, 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 tap. That's all that is. And then that little trick with the fan brush, that's good for one more time. Because you got to keep these little pull-ups, you got to keep them very, very small. Because those trees are far away. And if they get too big, they'll be like giants. Okay, keep them small. Now I've got a clean 1-inch brush, and I'm just going to tap out the bottom of that foothill. Top edge is all done. Stay away from the top edge. We don't want anything to happen to the top edge. But the bottom edge we can kind of tap out. This gives it a misty look. Mist is wonderful. I love mist. Mist is your friend. Think flat bottom though. Everything's got to end up having a flat bottom sooner or later. Now I could put another hill. I put a hill in front of a hill. That's fun. Suppose this hill starts. Oh, that's too dark. I'm backing up. I'm not ready to go that color. I think I'll just take this hill and put it in front of that hill and think flat thoughts. I'll think flat bottom thoughts. That's good. And then maybe I will take this hill and put it in front of that hill and think flat thoughts. That might be all I need to do. Although, no stopping me. I just do that too. Okay. And then there's that wonderful little fan brush trick. Okay, there they are. Little tops of little trees. These are your faraway foothills. That's why you want them to be light. This is a lavender made with a little blue, little alizarin, and white, of course. I'm going to tap in the bottom of these foothills. Make mist. Mist is good. Look out for your bird. Okay, there we go. Tap in the bottom of that. And I'm thinking flat bottom thoughts. So what I've done is I've got from the mountain all the way down to the foothills, all the way down to the little hills. And I'm in pretty good shape to think about, well, we could put little tiny trees over there. Want to try that? And then we could make it down to water and we're out of here. Suppose there was, if there are trees here, boy, they're going to be awful tiny because this is still a far away place. I'm just going to throw, see, baby ones and a few no-see-ums even. And more no-see-ums. I have the lavender. You know how I get the lavender a little darker? By putting a little tiny bit of brown in it. And I end up with a little darker. I could come right across here with no-see-ums. And then maybe, gee, if I was going to put in pine trees, I better put them on this side. I have a feeling this is the pine tree side and the no-see-um side. And that side over there, I think is going to be a more far away side. Okay, enough of those guys. This side over here, if I was going to do something over there, I probably would be just thinking, just make it down to land and be happy. I'm going to tap out the bottom of my trees, make mist again. Mist is wonderful. I spend all my time making mist. Because they're far away, they're in the mist. Mist is good. And this is a little landfall, which I'll just tap out and bring it over. So you can have that open little place there. See this open little place? This doesn't bother me, that open little place. Because it's okay. If there's mist, you don't see everything. We could throw water down there, just smooth that out. Give myself a water line. Water line is made with liquid white and your knife. You just scrape a tiny little water line where you decide that the land meets the water. You decide, scraping a little line. Water lines are usually flat. Don't want to be uphill or downhill. I got the tiniest little bit of paint on the knife because I'm still thinking far away and I don't really want it to be too big. Okay, well we did a lot of damage in a real fast time. We got time, even though we're really supposed to be practicing our mountains, here we are. We could throw in some nice dark trees down there, why not? Let's just darken up. A little black, a little brown, a little blue. I'm going to darken up that mountain color. And suppose there's a darker little pine tree over here. I use a lot of paint to make a pine tree. I load a lot of paint on the brush and I use the corner of the brush. See, I got to go back for paint. I'll never make it to where I want to go if I don't go back for paint. Okay. And if you got one, you know, you really need another. And you know what's coming next. If you got another, you really need 3. Odd numbers are really handy for composition. Odd numbers. And see, I put 2 close together and 1 a little farther apart. I did that on purpose. We probably need something over here. If my bird will let me over there, I think we should put something over here too. Oh, he's being so good now. That's scary too. I don't know when I should be more scared, when he's bad or when he's good. Oh, that's probably the way we worry about our kids that way too, don't we? Okay. There's a couple of nice little dark trees. I'll put another one right there. Oh, what the heck, right there. Okay. So, if we got those little pine trees in there, I see no reason why we shouldn't just put a few twigs. So let's thin down the dark color we made the pine trees out of. That would be a good choice. I thin the paint with thinner. I thin the paint till it's almost like water. And I use my little liner brush. And we'll call these the little far away trees in between the pine trees. Oh, maybe one over here coming up there. You know those little dead guys that are always sticking up in the forest? So now we got dead guys. Yes, there's one. There's one. Okay. Well, I know just what we can do now. Just for fun, since we have this paint all thinned up, we could put some birds. I'm thinking, because my birds aren't going to be way on top of the mountain. My birds are going to be like right about there, soaring around here. And, you know, if you got 2, 3 is better. So let's go for another one. 3 is good. Well, that went together fast. The only thing left that what might be nice to do is add a little tiny bit of highlight to those little pine trees. So I would come into, well, white, a little bit of the tree color on it, but just a little bit of the tree color. But this is white. Let me put a little liquid white in there to thin it out. And I just touched the tree the same way I made the tree, although the highlight's going down mostly on one side. Mostly on one side. Oops, ran out of paint there. Let's go to the other side of the brush. Yeah, I got 2 edges on every brush, so I'll do some of that on the other side too. Excuse me, Squirt. I know you don't like me over there, but it does happen sometimes. Oh God. Oh God, this is where I get in trouble. Say big trouble. Be nice. What I told you. I said be nice. You're not getting this one. You had a brush of your own. This one is mine. Thank you very much. Well, that's pretty quick study, but really what we're looking at is the mountains. You know, I want you to practice your mountains. I know you can do it. Easy as can be. You can have different colors in the sky. You can have different colors in your mountain. That's perfectly fine. And you can have just one range. It doesn't have to be 2 or 3 ranges. That's just fine. Just remember that the right always angles to the right and the left always angles to the left. You're going to be fine. You have fun now. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.